I was. Look, I thought we were decent. I thought we started okay, and then unfortunately we gave away that penalty and we conceded. But the boys kept on playing, and I think in the end, to be honest, I thought we deserved to be up at halftime.
Yeah, Ante, definitely. And you dominated that game. You must be pleased with how that first half has gone, apart from the penalty, of course. And what was the message at halftime for the boys?
Well, just to keep playing. What we don't want to do is sit back now and defend the lead. We want to not play the scoreboard. We want to look for that third. We've got to be careful in transition. But, you know, for us being at home, I think it's important that we keep looking to score more goals and not sit back.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Ante Milicic signalling his attacking intent, even though they are in control on the scoreboard. And what about the contribution of this young man, Charles Monbois, turning his opposite number inside out.
Could have been a little bit more selfish there as well. Super turn. And Connor O'Toole.
Ugarkovic up at the speed of the game nicely with his first touch after coming on for Nazarene at the break. What do you make of that change?
Well, obviously, Nazarene probably hasn't got 90 minutes in. At the middle of the park, they haven't had a presence. Benyart's controlled it, so Ugarkovic to give him a bit more steel in that midfield area.
Pushes Prusho further forward, Thurgate as well. Topplestown, they got a late shout that he better keep that in, otherwise it was a Macarthur throw. And look where they are now, the Jets. Into enemy territory briefly. Derbyshire on another flick on. His contributions different to what we're used to seeing from him. 2 assists in the first half from Matt Derbyshire, and pulled the right rein on both occasions, obviously.
Yeah, 2 perfect assists, and don't worry, he'll be in his mind. He'll be looking for a goal.
But when they're forced to, strikers, they know what kind of ball is required, don't they? Perhaps better than some of the wide men.
Well, he certainly got those 2 right. Absolutely right.
Miller trying to find O'Donovan. Lockie Rose provided plenty of inspiration down the flank in that first half. Taking on Thurgate, who came again and won it clean. All the way back to Federici. Hasn't had much to do apart from pick the ball out of his net after the penalty from O'Donovan.
I guess the pleasing thing for Ante Milicic also, and you touched on it, Derbyshire with 11 goals, the next best being 2. They've got goals from other places so far.
Tulio, another on 2 goals. Now after scoring his second of the season, both against Newcastle. Charles Monbois with his first at this level. John Rowe. Shushnia. John Rowe can go to the Roses. Liam for Lockie. Little tug of the shirt of Monbois by Thurgate just slowed him down for a fraction of a second. Otherwise, he might have been played in. They've edged their way forward, Macarthur. Lockie Rose bending it, and have the angle to get it away from Italiano. after coming together between Liam Rose and Roy O'Donovan. Referee happy to say play on and sort out any potential flashpoint. Puyo just checked, presented for Orr. Keep boosting their possession stat if they play football like this, and Newcastle back off, Robbie.
Well, Newcastle are wary, and you saw them, particularly the second goal, how lethal they can be in transition. So I guess for this, only 2-1, they don't want to throw everything forward just as yet. And the yellow card.
Stamatolopoulos with the late challenge on Shushnia, who screamed in pain. First Newcastle player into the book joins Liam Rose, who was cautioned just 7 minutes into this game. Delivery from Puyo. Away by Stamatolopoulos. 7th straight start for him after arriving from Western United. One of those mid-season switches that clubs work out between one another. Tommy Orr, an ambitious attempt to clip it in towards Derbyshire when he could have gone to Lockie Rose. Yule played it beautifully. Crucio has a look over the shoulder. They want offside. I think they might get it eventually. Flag stays down for now. No. It's the throw-in. He was happy with that. Nathan McDonald running the line on the far side. Time John Rowe let out the scream and let the referee know that he felt he'd been fouled. Stamatolopoulos says, mate, you can't keep reacting to all these screams. Not a lot going on. And the contact. Don't forget, A-League action continues after this game. Perth against Wellington. Chris Economides making his first start since 2019 after making the long road back from injury. Returned against Newcastle in Coffs Harbour midweek off the bench. Play forward was the advice, so a couple of Macarthur players go backwards. No shortage of advice for Lockie Rose running this near touchline at the moment, right in front of the Macarthur bench. There's Tommy Orr on the other flank. And Italiano with another easy play. With that absolute domination in terms of passes completed, nearly a 3-to-1 advantage. How did Newcastle get back into this game?
We just got to keep going. We need to get some possession. And I think that's what Garkovic was brought on for, so they've got to get a foothold in the midfield. But sometimes it's just the quality of the opposition that doesn't allow you to, and at the moment Macarthur are just too good.
Jackson, nice pass, and Ugarkovic goes wide. Bounces it off Thurgate. Numbers forward here, including Connor O'Toole. And neither here nor there.
And that's a poor header. Completely free. Not been able to produce something a little bit better than that.
There's a look at the run Newcastle have been on, all those defeats until the midweek draw against the Glory. Only one blowout scoreline against Adelaide United, who've been full of goals and shocked Sydney with that late turnaround earlier this evening from 2-0 down to 2-2 in the space of 5 minutes. Oh, shoulder to shoulder went Matt Miller. It's play on for Prusha. Stamatolopoulos put Shushnyar on the deck. In by Miller. Will it get all the way through to O'Toole? No, Lockie Rose got there first. Mombois wins the throw, and that'll endear him even more to the Macarthur fans. The energy in that part of the stand. You don't mind taking over, Robbie? Wouldn't mind going down and watching the rest of the game amongst that crew. It's like fun. Here come the Jets. There was space for Prusho. He bounced it to Yule, and now he's a chance. Teeing up Ugarkovic! What a superb equaliser from the Newcastle Jets! Stephen Ugarkovic, postage stamp. Federici, no chance.
Well, what a finish from Ugarkovic. And it looked like the chance was gone. Prusho initially plays the ball to Yule when I thought he could have turned and gone himself. Yule gets that ball back to Prusho, and then he gets sort of stuck, and then he turns and he sees Ugarkovic coming, and he just guides that into the net. Inside of the foot, plenty of a power, just really punches this one with the inside of the foot, and that Federici, no chance. That's a superb finish.
First A-League goal in 13 months, and it's been worth the wait for Stephen Ugarkovic. An inspired half-time change from Craig Deans. And Luca Prusho obviously backs other teammates to produce the kind of strike.
Well, it looked like the chance was gone because he got the ball back from Yule, and he just hesitated, sort of got stuck between his feet, and then he's facing the wrong way, and Ugarkovic stormed onto that ball, and what a finish it was.
And now looking to hit straight back. Macarthur, Mombois. Oh, you've done all the hard work, and you knew Derbyshire wanted it. Back post. Haven't we seen some goals this season? And that Newcastle goal will be right up there in the top 10 at the end of the campaign, you'd imagine. When you see a strike like that after beautiful build-up play. Something Ernie Merrick tried to instill in Stephen Ugarkovic, that he needed to score more goals from midfield. It's only his 8th A-League goal, 133rd appearance, most of those starts in that long run of 105 consecutive appearances. Here come Macarthur again, and Topo Stanley blocked off Derbyshire, who appeals for the penalty. He says, what's the difference in that contact to the one that you blew the spot kick for in the first half? One back by Yule, and there's a counter-attack opportunity on here. Prusho, a real thinker, but telegraphed that intent, and Jonro read his eyes.
He could have played it earlier.
Game opening up big time here. Mombois goes back to Jonro. Not much of a midfield at the moment, and Italiano comes.
That's good keeping, because Derbyshire was on. Jonro was the right idea. Well, look, it's always dangerous contact in the penalty box, but I think The ball's a long way away from Derbyshire, and
Chris Beath had a quick review in the VAR centre, and there was no need to come over to the monitor for that one. Toffel Stanley goes right through the middle. First to react was Rose. Offside flag up against Newcastle. Two-two scoreline again in the A-League in consecutive games, but plenty of time to change it. Half an hour to go here at Campbelltown. Genre making the run, and O'Toole just put a body on him cleverly. Shown that trick to O'Toole a couple of times now, and he was ready for that one. Young man in the left back frame for the Olympics this year. Part of that squad that ended the 12-year wait for the Olyroos to qualify for that stage. 12 years has become 13 years, of course, for the Olympics. Slated for 2021. Less than 100 days away now. Lockie Rose has space to explore. Newcastle caught out a little here. And Lockie Rose jumped over Angus Thurgate there. Toffel Stanley able to clear.
That's good work again from Rose. Direct. Great ability one-on-one. Took him a little bit wide that last touch and couldn't affect a better cross, although no one did come to the near post.
Genre past Thurgate into the area. He goes, plays for a penalty, and the referee says corner. And it's a great assessment because the spot kick was not there.
They're trying to get across. It's dangerous when you put your hands up in the air like that, though.
Fulio Italiano with the shout of keeper. Plucks it off the top of Lockie Jackson's mop. The second time Newcastle has scored multiple goals in a game this season. Last time they did it was in Wollongong. 2-1 win over the Knicks way back in late January. We'll need at least the third for all 3 points here this evening. So too will Macarthur.
Well, Newcastle have definitely improved. In the first half, Ugarkovic has definitely given them something in that middle of the park. Tommy Orr just got a touch there before. I hadn't seen him receive a ball for quite some time.
Jake Holman, Moody Najjar, Mili Pompovic among the attacking options for Ante Milicic, who I think is weighing up what move to make first at the moment with his assistant, Ivan Jolic. The subs you use and the time you make them so key in a lot of A-League results this season. As the night goes on, there's a few more players losing their footing as well as the dew kicks in. Tommy Orr, the intended target, and there's another slip from Matt Miller. Back-to-back slips and as a result, gave up possession to Mombois. Tucked into that corner, a standoff between he and Thurgate that the young Macarthur player won. Like a choreographed dancing routine that they were producing for a moment there in the corner. Fifth of the night for Macarthur. And another shout from the Dolph Lundgren lookalike, Luis Italiano. Solid unit in goal for the Jets. Took the place of Jack Duncan 6 games ago now. A pretty effortless dress-up night for Luis Italiano, just to turn up as Dolph. Derbyshire won that flick on. Jackson dealt with Mombois that time. Miller couldn't afford a slip that time with Tommy Orr bearing down. Stamatolopoulos putting the pressure on Shushnya, who's a frustrated man. Kicked the ball away, wound up at the feet of the referee. Bit of a Lego enthusiast and a Star Wars enthusiast, tonight's referee. For those interested. And the ref bios.
Oh, don't look at me. I don't really know what to say to that.
You're a Star Wars fan, Robin?
Well, I'm not a fan.
I reckon Star Wars is better than Lego. But each to their own. Mombois can open up the pitch here. The Roses again in concert. Lockie Rose to drive into the area and lifting it. Was he going for goal or going for Derbyshire?
Well, look at the way he looks so disappointed. I think he's going for goal. Now, normally this sort of position, I'd be saying he's trying to cross that ball. I think he might have been going for it. It was nowhere near. See his reaction there.
Looking for the reverse Naboot. Last night, Andrew Naboot produced the outside of the right boot from the other side. And then owned up at half-time saying it was a cross-come shot. You've got to claim those and let the world know that you can do that sort of thing.
Well, if you ask Lachlan Rose, he might admit that that was a cross as well. But I'm with you. Don't give it up.
Here's Tommy Orr. Away is the cry. Italiano, great communicator. Hawked O'Toole through it. And Yule won the flick on. Craig Dean's preparing another change before Ante Milicic's first. Or maybe together because Jake Holman's getting ready. Along with Liridon Krasniqi.
Well, Macarthur enjoying a good little period here after Newcastle had enjoyed one. And that's in respect to possession, at least.
Derbyshire a little frustrated that his team went backwards again because they had numbers in the box there. Derbyshire liked his matchup because he'd gotten clear of the two centre halves for a moment. Now he's right back into the thick of it against Top or Stanley. Rose v. O'Toole. honours the run of Puyol. Thurgate gave him a nudge, and the Frenchman said, "Righto, I'll take the free kick then." Didn't need to go down, chose to. And Thurgate says, "Is that really a foul?"
Yeah, but Thurgate does touch him. It gives him the excuse to fall down.
You may have heard one of the Newcastle teammates saying he's going nowhere there, Pumba, which is the nickname that Daniel Georgievski let us all know about after the character in The Lion King.
That's right. What was it? Two? It was two of them. Pumba was the pig. I've watched that so many times anyway.
Hakuna Matata.
That's it.
Plenty of activity in the 6-yard box here. Lockie Rose all alone on the edge of the area. Do they slide it to him? No, they lift it back post instead. Topor Stanley again. Header not clear though. Back in by Genro. And a shank. Time for multiple changes. Luka Prusho, after teeing up Ugarkovic, makes way. Costa Petratos, we're going to see him as well for the Jets. The end of the section for Valentino Yule, who's limping his way off. First time we've seen Costa Petratos since round 9 against the Victory, the last win. And Jake Holman, who produced that wonderful assist midweek in Adelaide, will give fresh legs in the place of Puyol. Great header, won by Milligan. Benyat told Mombois to leave it to him. Shushnya drifting wide. Going to make the pitch big here, Macarthur. And that sloppy challenge from behind gives the home team another set-piece opportunity. Plenty of size here for the Jets to contain Shushnya and Derbyshire.
And Milligan as well. He's quite handy finding space in the penalty box, but difficult position to find someone.
Benyat going for goal! Tried to dip it in that top corner, and Italiano was worried.
He certainly was, but he needn't have been so worried, because it looked, as it leaves the boot, that it was always going over. But it did dip right at the end, and Italiano scrambling across his goal line. Benyat, we haven't seen as much of him in this second half, and it shows you that Newcastle have got better, because he really controlled that game in the first half.
Jackson back to Italiano, who waited for Derbyshire to close him down, flirting with death.
And fans love that. Fans love that sort of charge down, and wakes them up, gets the bells ringing. And by the way, I remembered the character, Timon and Pumba. That's what it was. Thurgate's Pumba. Who's Timon?
Take you to a trivia night after that effort. From the recesses of Robbie Slater's mind. Game in the balance here. 16 minutes to go. It is not a corner. It's an attacking throw-in. Sheridan's just putting up the board belatedly to have the right numbers on it, seemingly. Antonis Martis on for Genre. Miller trying to get forward. Tratos keeping Federici honest. Inside the final 15 minutes of the 90. The games can open up even more in the A-League. Krasniqi, the real entertainer, back to his feet and scrapping, trying to keep it alive in the attacking third for the Jets. Jackson put his body on the line, won a couple of headers there, now out of position. Time to get back now, but here come Macarthur. Benyards. Lockie Rose and Holman making the move in behind. Tommy Orr should pick up the pieces here. Mombois scored Macarthur's first tonight. Benyards making a run inside the area. And Topor Stanley again, right side of Derbyshire.
Yeah, great positioning from the big centre half, and needed to be. And a good run from Benyard as well. Untracked.
Oh, Mombois. Last touch off him for the goal kick. First ever start in the A-League, and he's being asked to go deep into the game. Benyard still in search of his first A-League goal after playing a significant part in their first goal, that win at Bankwest on opening night. Oh, that was the right idea by O'Donovan. Just couldn't wait it for Stamatolopoulos. Tratos. Garkovic able to link up with Thurgate somehow. Martis poked it away, playing in the Genre role.
He looked up, looking for a bit of help, and they'll have to go back to the keeper here. It's a sloppy one from Federici, and it gives Newcastle great field position.
Here's a look at the live ladder with both teams credited with a point right now. Macarthur in their 18th game, and look at Brisbane and Western United both getting on a roll at the moment with 3 games in hand on the Wanderers and Macarthur. So it'll feel like 2 points drop tonight for the Bulls if they don't win this game after being in front. And the eyes will be lighting up for Warren Moon and Mark Rudan if Craig Deans can do them a favour tonight. Ante Milicic calling for Mili Popovic to make his way back towards the bench. Tie ball from Topor Stanley. Game number 336 for the 36-year-old. Ricochets back the way of Mombois. What about that ball? Brilliant. Onto the chest of Tommy Orr. And the strike. Yes, he never looked balanced.
No, brilliant ball. Hit that one with his laces, Mombois. And Tommy Orr didn't really get it down the way he needed to. What's this? Just shifts it. It's that with the laces, like a tracer bullet. And he's got the time, but screws it wide.
Might be Popovic from Momboir in a moment. We'll see. Now is the time. And a starting debut to remember for Charles Momboir, who gets the ovation. Fan favourite already, the young man. And on comes the much bigger frame of Millie Popovic. Athletically away by Milligan. This will do for Newcastle. The ball at the right end of the pitch for them to try and create something. Krasniqi is full of tricks. Tried to lift it over Benyart. Now Holman with fresh legs. Turned into trouble, turned blindly. Gave it back to Thurgate. Ugarkovic with that composure in midfield. Krasniqi back down the line. Thurgate.
Waste the mark. Some pretty good stuff there until that. Quite a simple pass for Thurgate to Conway Toole, but turns it over.
They turn Lockie Rose around here. Safety first in the end. Hacked into the stands. Better signs for Newcastle field position wise in the last couple of minutes. Tratos just got it back to Ugarkovic. Popovic thought he'd poked it away. And now the one-touch play from Newcastle. Thurgate across the face. Oh, kept out by Federici. Roy O'Donovan with the first time strike. Thought he'd done enough.
Yeah, brilliant chance. But what a great save from Federici when it looked like O'Donovan was going to score.
It's a clever foul on the professional foul front from Liridon Krasniqi. But the big moment came just seconds before. Slowed down the game, stopping that quick counter-attack by the Bulls. Now we're right to go again. To Benyart. Milligan. Shushnyara stayed forward here. It's an elaborate build-up after having a free kick in that central area. Shushnyara able to find Orr. All wriggling this way and that. And now Martis keep dropping it on the head of Toffel Stanley. To Macarthur. Leads the A-League in intercepts this season, Nikolai Toffel-Stanley, and he's had his fair share tonight.
Well, here's that action. Donovan penalty spot. Brilliant save. I mean, you've been critical, Donovan had the time to place it better, but still, it's a very, very good save.
Strength initially by Krasniqi. Was barged into by Shushnyar, but stood his ground and was ultimately fouled. They switch it up to O'Toole. Plenty of hang time in it. Stanley tried to bend it at Petratos. Stamatolopoulos v Milligan, and again the Jet got there first. Milligan complaining about another decision, this one not as costly as the first half penalty.
It's very tense. You can feel it out there. You know, both sides want the 3 points. They're going at it, both of them.
Drifted in by Ugarkovic. Dealt with by Macarthur. Important touch there by Benyard to potentially launch the counter-attack. Played it well, or has a man ahead of him. Popovic can go back to the veteran in game number 100 tonight in the A-League. Tried to drop it in there for Holman.
Well, dropped onto the head of him again, Topo Stanley. His positioning has been first class this evening.
And the deflection favoured the goalkeeper in the end. That's the beauty of the A-League. You just touched on it, Robbie. It's 2-2. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Other leagues around the world shut it down, take the point. In the A-League, let's go for all three in each and every game in this kind of situation, seemingly. That's why fans are tuning in from all around the world to watch the A-League when they can. Rose, brave header. Holman, a little late reacting to it, but it might work out. Derbyshire back to Martis, and that left side of the pitch is wide open, but they came back this side. Now it's headed out there. Newcastle with time to shift across. Shushnia. Shielding it away from Krasniqi. No love lost between those two. Going on between the two big men.
You'd have to say the last 15-20 minutes, it's, you know, both sides going for it. You can't say with a great deal of quality, but certainly plenty of effort.
We all know Benyard has the quality from these set pieces to pick out a Derbyshire potentially. Newcastle trying to stay in line as a unit and catch them offside. Benyard's delivery, and Italiano can claim. In no hurry to get rid of it. Now he can bowl it over the top to O'Toole. Tell you what, he held it for a long time. Ali Abbas not too far away for Newcastle.
Good ball speed there from Macarthur.
Tommy Orr hangs it up. Derbyshire picked out. Tried to bring it down. Holman, and Ugarkovic was alive to that danger.
And he's had a great impact, hasn't he? The substitute, Ugarkovic.
Here comes Martis trying to make his impact. Miller heads it away. And Orr keeps it alive. Hook it was the cry. Italiano's a great communicator in goal for Newcastle. And Roy O'Donovan, who just put in a massive sprint a moment ago, is told to leave on the far side of the pitch, nearest point, to allow for the arrival of Ali Abbas in the 89th/90th minute here. Not exactly like for like, of course. Maybe able to push this man further forward, Krasniqi. Ali Abbas takes the responsibility of leading the line seemingly by going up for that header. Surely they've got to reshuffle things and not have Abbas as the out-and-out striker here, Robbie.
Well, he's a man of many talents, but aerial is not going to be one of them. Maybe it's just occupy the space, if you know what I mean, with not much time. There's only 3 minutes of injury time.
Is that their definition of a false nine? Same amount of stoppage time we saw at the end of the first half, where Macarthur were able to take the lead to the break, courtesy of Tuyo's goal.
Third guy, see there, doesn't give it up, and it's been a fighting second half from Newcastle with a superb goal.
Liam Rose able to push on. Now left for Lockie Rose. Newcastle getting everyone behind the ball. Milligan's diagonal for Tommy Orr, who's seen plenty of it. There's another slip in that part of the pitch. Holman, full of creativity, but crowded out. Newcastle had the numbers.
Look how many players in that small little area. Milligan will go back to his keeper here. And time running out.
Another slip, this time from O'Toole, who's trying to make up the ground now. But back in the face of Holman, and Liam Rose was not really in his familiar station, wasn't sure where to run. Space opening up as a result. And Abbas had straight offside.
And another slip.
It didn't give Stamatolopoulos anything to go to there, Ali Abbas playing out of position. And now Derbyshire rises. Popovic trying to get around Angus Thurgate. Really good use of the body by the Newcastle Jet. Shushnia keeps it away from Abbas once more. Final minute being played at Campbelltown. One last chance. Milligan's pass delightful for Rose. Can he make room for the cross? No one getting across that near post. And Italiano in no hurry again. Teammate down as well with cramp.
And frustrated, and that's where they just haven't had in this second half that quality in the front third. Macarthur have had plenty of the ball. Newcastle definitely improved. And as I said, a superb goal from Ugarkovic, who really had a massive impact coming on off the bench at half-time.
Harvey Manu, third appearance for him off the bench. It'll be for a matter of seconds.
He'll be lucky to touch the ball.
Seesawing game here tonight. Newcastle took the lead, hotly contested spot kick. Macarthur hit back to be in front heading into the second half, and then a wonder goal from Steve Ugarkovic looks to have made it back-to-back results for Newcastle. The draw against Perth midweek, and now look like taking a point from Campbelltown. Ali Abbas v Mark Milligan. Now it's offside against Ali Abbas. Second time he strayed in his little cameo up top. And there's no time to thrust it forward. It's another disappointing result for Macarthur FC at home. Matt Derbyshire with a couple of assists, but no goals tonight. They had the lead at the break, but Stephen Ugarkovic, 57 minutes in, with a priceless goal for Newcastle, who edged their way up the ladder with another point. Full time, Macarthur FC 2, Newcastle 2. So the Bulls remain fifth on the A-League ladder. Newcastle now a point further clear of the Melbourne Victory in that race to avoid the wooden spoon. Robbie Slater, what do you make of it all?
Yeah, look, I don't think it was a match of immense quality, if you want, but it was certainly tense and combative, and Newcastle made a real battle in that second half. And when I say quality, the first half had the quality for me. Macarthur's performance with the ball was very, very good, and Newcastle, you know, taking the lead with that penalty, and Macarthur went in at 2-1, and we heard Ante Milicic saying that